I want to share with everyone one of my currency submissions currently. We'll see how well I did, but first, if you are interested in currency, you need this book right here. You can buy it off Amazon. I highly recommend this book. It has the colonial and up to modern. Now, it doesn't have 2017 listed, I believe. Those are just too common and too modern. It might go back to 2009 or 13, I think it is. And once you look through this, you'll see which notes and currency and what grade might be worth submitting. Now, if you think grading coins is tough, try your hand at some currency. Really, the only way to do it is just to submit it. Take 10 or 20 of your best notes and fill it out and send it in to PMG and just see how well you do. And then you can just take those notes and you can compare them to your ungraded notes and just learn, because there's not really a photo grade. I mean, there's some guides online, but there's not really a photo grade for currency. It's just not that easy. So let's take a look at this submission. Okay, here is a 1963A Federal Reserve note, Cleveland. Now, it's a Federal Reserve note because it says so right here, but also because it has the green seal. Now, it is a star note. Here's the serial number, and they'll put the serial number up here. Here's the plate number, and the plate numbers are right here on the front, and then you also have a plate number on the back. One of the things about the plate number, sometimes if it's a different size than the other, they call it a mule. There are some mules that are listed in the book I showed you. Then you have the block number, which is the letter in front, and it's a D. Now, obviously, D's, we got Cleveland, Ohio. Now, sometimes the older notes will have DA, or so they'll call it a DA block. This one was graded 63 PPQ, of course, choice uncirculated. And then the actual catalog number is FR for Friedberg 1968D star. Okay, now you can go to the book here and you can look up the value of this. I highly recommend going to eBay sold auctions or heritage auctions, maybe even try Great Collections, because sometimes these notes are so common or just don't sell very often because they're so modern that they don't have a whole lot of value to them. And that's why I tell people, most of the time it's not worth sending off these common notes. So according to the Friedberg book here, a 63 choice for this was 68-D star is worth $40 in 63. So we can go from there when we're looking at these. And here's a 65. Now, I received 3 65 PPQs. Okay. Now, we can go over to eBay, and here's $60 for the 65. So look, we're looking at 40, 60, so $20 increments. 65s are what you want for most of these, for the star notes and higher. Then it's worth the grading cost. The 63 is really not worth the cost of having it graded. And I'll tell you this, the seeing the difference between, I don't know really exactly, I've looked at both of these. I'm not seeing a lot of difference. Centering, the ink quality, different things, but they're both saying they're PPQ. There's no contact marks. Didn't see a little bit of smudge down in here maybe. I didn't see anything with the corners ruffled. So I'm really not sure the difference in the two, but 2-point grades makes a difference, and I'm not sure that I see a difference in these. I did hand pick these just to be sure, but like I said, when you send off to grading companies, you're going to get notes or coins that are just not the grade that you think they are. So then I got a 66. So didn't really find any auction results for a 66. So we'll assume since 40 for a 63 and it jumps to basically 60 and 65, that a 66 is going to be worth anywhere from 80 and up. So that's how I'm going to price these. That's the best way of doing it. You're sometimes just taking a stab at it unless you find an actual result where they've sold before. And then again, what's the difference? 66 and 65. Is it just an opinion? Is there something that they saw that was different? So like I said, notes are very difficult because you just can't go by contact marks and things like that and luster. So then I received the 64 Federal Reserve note from Cleveland. It's a 64 PPQ. Then I received another 64 PPQ. And then I received the 65. And like I said, this is not a very big submission. This was kind of a test submission just to have some examples to see, how they're grading these. They kind of stopped grading for a little while, and not much on sending notes off for grading. I'm not really into the currency that much. As you can see on my website, I sell some when I buy it, and I will buy it, and I can do research, and I can, do what I need to do to survive. But I like the older notes, the large blanket notes in back. Those are the ones that I get into the most. This stuff like this is just not really my cup of tea, the modern notes. So, here's the 65 PPQ. And then obviously I have a 65 PPQ and I have two 64s. So that I know that this 65 is worth $149.95 or $145 or $140, whatever I can sell it for on the site. And then if the 64s might be worth around $100. So when you add all of it together, the 65s that I got, that pretty much, makes me a little bit of money. Not a whole lot, but I'll make something. Then I got this head scratcher here. This one I'm a little bit confused about. It's one thing trying to figure out what the difference between a 65 and a 64 and a 63 is. But this note received extremely fine 40. Now, it was my understanding that an extra fine note had to have folds, some type of folding across. So I'm not really sure why this red seal received extra fine 40. There's no obviously explanation, but it just looks so much nicer than that. And I would have more than likely bought this as an uncirculated note. I probably did. I do see a little bit of a corner going on here, maybe a little bit of a fray or something. But to me, I'm not really seeing anything about it that would signal an extra fine 40. So this one is definitely should have been sent off, but like I said, I thought that it was going to be, better grade than that. So I did a little bit of a search over here at eBay, and I believe this is a 61 or $51. I mean, it's just, it's a bomb. That one is. But like I said, overall, I will do okay. As far as you make a little bit of money and you learn. See, this is education. I'm going to figure out, really need to know why that's an extra fine 40 though. Don't do me any good to do this if I can't figure that one out. I just don't see the folds. Now, it's possible that it could have been folded and someone ironed it. That's a huge possibility. And I'm going to have to use blue light and, something to figure it out. I do see a little bit of a corner fold. I do see a little bit of a corner fold here. But still, yet, it looks at least AU58 all day long to me, but that's how they graded it. There you have it. There's my submission. Hopefully, it taught you something, at least the book to buy. I mean, I highly recommend it. If you want to learn about the values, this is what you want. You can look online, look up special serial numbers, and hope you can get that one that's supposed to be rare and all that. But I'm just going to tell you something about serial numbers and all. Just because a serial number is called rare by the websites does not mean it has the demand to make it worth a lot of money. So that's one thing you have to think about. It's better to stick with what's got the value here, what has the value. If you can do a search and find it selling for a good price, then you might have something. So thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, and comment, and have a great day.